Imagine this: there is a moment in your life when you can stop chasing money and money quietly starts chasing you. No lottery. No crazy risks. No secret trick. Just one number. And here's the strange part: most people are told that number is huge. But the truth? It's probably way smaller than you think. And once you understand it, you'll never look at money the same way again. Let's start with a simple question. How much money do you need to be free? Most people answer like this. 2 million, maybe 3, honestly 5 million to feel safe. But where do these numbers come from? Not math. Not logic. Just fear and guesswork. It's like playing a video game without knowing where the finish line is. So you keep running faster, harder, longer, but you never feel like you're winning. Now here's the truth. There is a real formula. And it's surprisingly simple. Take how much money you spend in a year, multiply it by 25, that's it. That's your number. Let's make it super easy. Spend $40,000 per year, you need $1 million. Spend $50,000 per year, you need $1,250,000. Spend $30,000 per year, you need $750,000. That number is not random. It comes from something called the 4% rule, which basically means you can use 4% of your money every year, and statistically, it won't run out for decades. So instead of guessing, you now have a target. A real one. But here's where things go wrong. Most people don't control their spending. Their lifestyle grows every time their income grows. New job? Bigger apartment raise? Nicer car bonus? Expensive vacation, and it feels like progress. But secretly you are moving the finish line further away. Let me show you something powerful. Person A earns a lot, spends almost everything, needs millions to be free. Person B earns less, spends less, becomes free much earlier. So who wins? The one who controls their life, not just their income. Now here's something most people never hear. Even if you hit your number, you can still lose everything. Not because of bad investing, but because of bad timing. Let's simplify it. Two people have the same money. Both invest the same way. But one gets bad years first, the other gets bad years last. The result? One ends up broke, the other ends up rich. Same returns. Different timing. That's called sequence risk. And it destroys plans that look perfect on paper. So how do you protect yourself? With a very simple system. Think of your money like 3 buckets. Bucket 1, now money for the next 12 years, safe. Stable. Easy to access. This protects you during bad times. Bucket 2, soon money for the next 37 years, more stable investments. This refills bucket 1 slowly. Bucket 3, future long-term investments. This is where real growth happens. And here's the rule. You don't touch this during bad markets. This system does one powerful thing. It gives you time. And time is what protects your money. Now here's something unexpected. Some people reach their number and still feel poor. They go back to work. They keep worrying. Why? Because the problem was never just money. It was fear. And fear doesn't disappear automatically. That's why understanding your numbers and seeing real data matters so much. Because when you see that your plan works, your brain slowly starts to believe it. There is one moment that changes everything. A quiet moment. No celebration. No fireworks. It's when your money starts growing faster than you can save it. At that point, you are no longer pushing, the system is pulling you forward. That's when life gets easier. Not because you got lucky, but because you stayed consistent. So here's what I want you to do right now. Not tomorrow. Not one day. Right now. First, calculate your number. Not a guess. Not something you heard on a podcast. Not what your friends think is safe. Your real number. Look at what you actually spend. Be honest. Be precise. Because you can't reach a destination if you don't know where it is. Second, stop playing a game with invisible rules. Most people spend their entire lives running, working harder, earning more, but never realizing they were already closer than they thought. And third, understand this one idea. Money is not the goal. Freedom is. Freedom to choose your time. Freedom to say no. Freedom to live without that constant pressure in the back of your mind. Because at the end of the day, this is not about becoming the richest person in the room. It's about waking up one day and realizing you don't have to trade your time for money anymore. And here's the truth most people never hear. You don't need to be extraordinary to get there. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need to pick the next big stock. You don't need to get lucky. You just need to understand the rules and play them consistently. So start today. Even if it's small. Even if it feels slow. Because one day that small decision will turn into something powerful. Something quiet but life-changing. And when that moment comes, you won't feel like you won the game. You'll feel something much better. Peace. If this video changed the way you think about money, subscribe. Because this channel isn't about hype. It's about truth. And most people will never hear it. But now you did.